Hi everyone, it's Leah here. I'm just out walking the dog at the moment. It's been a long time since I've posted, so I apologise for that. I've been busy getting the website up and running, and I'm pleased to say that's just about done. It's certainly live at the moment, although there's still a few things that need to be sorted. So that's at www.leahleaves.com. I just popped on quickly today because I was tagged in a post on the Women's ADHD, can't speak this morning, ADHD UK Women Facebook group about memory and ADHD. And the lady who posted was talking about not being able to recall memories from childhood. Now, I'm autistic and I'm also ADHD, and certainly that's the case for me. I have fewer memories and less clear memories of my childhood and teen years, as say my friends do. So that's possibly a thing within neurodiversity. But somebody tagged me because actually I'd spoken to them about the effects of trauma and stress and anxiety on our memory. So when we're anxious or when we're going through a stressful period of time, what happens is the part of the brain that deals with threat, so the bit of the brain that would kick in if you bumped into a tiger that was determined to eat you, that bit would kick in, and that's what's responsible for all the kind of physical and emotional responses and anxiety. So the heart racing, stomach churning, all those kinds of things. And it's really great when you're in front of a tiger. It's going to help you get away. It's what's allowed us to survive all these millions of years. But actually, when it's stress, it has other side effects. And I will do more on stress in the future, and anxiety and how it links in with ADHD. But just talking generically here, this is not specific to anybody with ADHD. It's actually just fact for everybody. That this primitive part of the mind, this protective system, kicks in. Now, if you really think about it, if you are being chased down by a tiger, actually having a memory of that incident, in other words, being able to sit down over a cup of tea and recall every detail of what the tiger looked like and what happened, actually isn't very useful at all. What's more useful is if the primitive part of the brain takes all the resources and uses those to get you away safe and to do anything that it needs to do to ensure that it recognises tigers and other physical threats to you in the future. I should probably have already said this, but this primitive part of the mind is quite powerful in the sense that when it triggers, and especially when it perceives that there's a really big threat to you, then it actually has the power to take over from your thinking mind. So you actually lose the ability to lay down memories in your clever intellectual mind. And so that's the basis really of why traumatic times in our lives and traumatic memories tend not to stick consciously. We tend not to have, I suppose you can think of it as like a file in a filing cabinet. We tend not to have that because it's just not important at that time. So I hope that makes sense. I've kind of done this a bit off the cuff, and as you can probably see by my Erlen's glasses here, I've got a really bad migraine today as well, so perhaps the brain's not as on fire as it should be. But if you've got any questions or want to know more, then please do dive in the comments, send me an email, a message, and I'll be happy to explain more. Anyway, have a lovely day, and I hope that's been useful.